Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is March 26th. It's about 7:45 p.m. And, well, I don't know. I should give some backstory before I just blurt out why I'm making this video. I'm 20 years old. I was born in 2002, November 21st. I've had parents who were they had very traditional ways of growing up themselves, so they decided they didn't want that for me when I was growing up. I'm not going to go too much into detail about my family life. When I got into high school, like right off the bat, this was like 2017, 2018. I really got into heavy vaping. As all 14-year-olds, well, that's the problem. Not all 14-year-olds do, just me apparently. Not apparently, a lot of others do, but that shouldn't be normalized as it has been. I would love to say that it just stopped there and I quit happily ever after, for real. But I feel like I was good with vaping for a long time until I smoked weed. And then when I smoked weed, it really went off the rails after that. Not crazy off the rails like the first couple years. The first 2 years was fine, but right now I'm trying to remember the first substance I used after weed, but I'm not trying to glorify, so I don't even think going through each substance is a problem. I mean, a thing I should do. Bottom line is, when I turned 18, not even a month later, I got into some legal trouble following an OWI, operating while under the influence. I was sentenced to a year of probation, and I did 2 days in jail, Oakland County Jail. I'm from Michigan, Detroit. I got this case in Farmington, 47th. So, yeah, I went there for 2 days. I don't remember too much. I believe I just slept the entire time. I remember leaving that place, and the officer was like, "How was that?" I was like, "It wasn't bad," because I was trying to piss him off. But he says, "You'll be back, my friend." And boy, was he right. I got out. Everything was good. I thought I was done. But I just basically gave up on probation for my first offense. I started just not going to drug testing. Well, actually, what happened is I tested positive for alcohol because I was doing random drug testing, and it was just random drug testing. So, where was I? Man, it's just. Fuck, man, where was I? That's hilarious. I think I've been stressing out too much recently. I can't think for shit, for real. But, I think I know where I am. I wish I could replay it, but I'm just doing this in one take. I don't want to edit it, so screw it. Yeah, after I got out of jail, just a decline of just overall shit, basically. Some people on one wheels. That's hilarious. It's actually hilarious. I was basically ignoring probation because I tested positive for alcohol on my random drug testing, which sucks. But I basically got sentenced to stay out of jail. I had to put an alcohol tether on my foot. I rocked with that shit for a good 10 months. I didn't test for any other drugs, so I did about every other drug I could that wasn't alcohol. I've also always been on medication for ADHD, even though they've recently diagnosed me with nothing. They haven't found ADHD or anything wrong with me, I guess. You think I'm capping. Like, there's no paperwork that says I have anything, and I've been tested so many times. I wish I could just figure out what I have. They've tried to diagnose me with bipolar, but they don't even know if I have that. And I don't fit into any testing thing. But anyway, alcohol tether. So I'm doing all this stuff. Basically, at the end, I'm not doing anything. I'm not paying any money or anything. So she's like, screw you. I'm sentencing you to 93 days in Oakland County Jail. Now, this was where my life, this was about last year, 2020, about around this time. Actually, I think it was around the end of April, like April 28th, around there, like a month from now. It would have been 1 year. I headed into Oakland County Jail. Took me away in the court. I didn't know what was happening. I wasn't prepared at all. It's okay. I spent 14 days in a quarantine unit, or 12 days, I can't remember, something like that. 2 weeks or just under, I think. You would only get out of your cell once for an hour. The cell was about 5 by 6 feet long. And for the 14 or 12 days, under 2 weeks, you get out 1 hour. Every 23 to 36 hours, you would get out 1 hour. So after that, I got transported to this other thing, which was 6 hours in, 6 hours out, 6 hours. Well, 6 hours out, basically, instead of just the one. So it was 18 hours in, 6 hours out, which was better. But I was only in there for... I was only in there for like 8 hours. Because for real, I was kiting for trustee, which is like you can become a worker and you get a lot better living requirements. So I kited for that, and they transported me. I'll probably make a whole video like later explaining my entire thing. But basically, I put into the kitchen staff. In the kitchen staff, I met a lot of good people. If they're watching this now, you know who you are. I don't know how you found this channel, but dang, good luck. Oh man, or good shit, you found me. I don't know, for real. So I stayed in there for about a month. Every other day I would wake up at around 4 a.m. to noon, and I would work in the kitchen wrapping sandwiches and like doing an assembling line for all the inmates. I made all the food for the inmates. So after 28 days of that, my court basically sent me to a CBP class, which means I get a time cut because they didn't think I should spend the whole 93. But the trustee was already, by the way, the trustee takes off like time cut, if you didn't know. So I was getting time cut, but I also got the CBP class cut. So I only did about 53 days, to be honest. No. It was 63 days, my bad. Something like that. No, it was 50, my bad. It was like 50 days, 53. The CBP class, that was the most wild experience of my life, I will say. I was out not 6 hours, but because I was a trustee, I was out from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. all day. And at 5 a.m. I would pass out sandwiches in the morning for the inmates. There's 32 cells, 2 to each. There wasn't full the entire time. People would switch. At one point, it became a COVID unit, so the 1 hour thing applied, but not to the trustees. Like me, I stayed out the entire time. I was in the, it was called, it wasn't G, but it wasn't W. H-pod, H2. H2 is where I was at. And, met some weird people there, not gonna lie. Lit a couple disputes, met a couple, some guys. Man, some people in there, some stories, you can't share that shit. For real. Life is whack, for real, but back on the thing. I got out, oh yeah, halfway through, they sent us to the gym, which was hot as fuck, and then sent us back to so we were living in the gym, and then we were living for like 2 weeks. Then we were living in a smaller pod, and then I got out June 7th. Basically, since I got out, I had a week of like good streak. Then I went back to my old ways, drug abuse and all that. I didn't even try to stay sober for more than 2 weeks. It was hilarious. Not hilarious, but stupid as hell. I'm not gonna go too much into the next part because to be honest, I'm not too proud of that night or the next week of what I remember from that week. I'm not gonna go too much into it because it's personal details, and if someone else sees this, I don't want them to know too much. You know, you get it. You wanna know me. Partner was not being loyal. I smashed a phone. It ended in weird disputes, verbal and partial physical. I was bitten. I was bitten, and that's all that I'm gonna go into. Cops were called, arrested, put on a GPS tether, couldn't leave the house. Did more drugs and alcohol, invited the spouse over again, and altercations led to me being body slammed on the ground and sentenced to, not even sentenced. I was just kept in Oakland County Jail for 73 days. And this is the new charge that I'm facing. I'm on a 24-month probation. I'm about 4 months into it. I'm really trying. I got out November 3rd. I got out for my birthday. I've been sober from my drug of choices, plural, for 7 months plus. No end in sight so far. But to be honest, I'm not that responsible of a person. And I blow shit off. And I have been blowing shit off. I love to say that I've been focusing on me. But honestly, I've been blowing shit off and just not giving a hell. And just using the excuse, well, I'm not doing drugs, so I don't have to do shit else. That's not a good way of looking at things, I found. Tomorrow is Monday. And I have no idea how long I'm going to go in jail or if I'm going to jail. I've talked to a lot of people, legal advisors type thing, my lawyers type thing, in my parental guidance. There's a slim chance I don't go tomorrow. In that case, I'm not gonna upload, but like, if you have me on social media, you'll know I'm not in jail. You won't hear from me if I am in jail. I could do 1 to 293 days. I don't know. I don't have any answers. I just wanted to talk through the last couple of years of my life so I can reflect when I get out. Or if I don't even have to get out, I want to see myself in this desperate, because I'm desperate. I don't know what else to say about it, but jail is not the move, I will tell you that. And anyone will. My name is Holden Doe. And I'm working on myself. I'm a work in progress, but I'll get there. I'm not giving up. Thank you. Like and subscribe, my boys. Have a great afternoon.